Hey guys, Sableye here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to feature a Groudon Calyrex team that was built by Turtlemania, and I think we just jump straight into things. No, Ryan, not the evil dog. This one. Groudon Calyrex. Anyways, guys, if you do not know Turtle, please go check them out either on Twitch or their YouTube channel. They post on YouTube. Not as frequently, but they do there, so feel free to check them out if you guys want to. Both links will be down in the description, and we're going to find someone right away on this ladder. Loving the ladder reset. So for those of you who do not know, Series 12 was added to the ladder as of February 1st, so we're chilling right now and just seeing what we do. And you know what? We just did a video on Melodic, and here's Melodic. If you guys missed the Melodic video, check it out. Free time for me to plug that video, and I can't even complain about it. You'll love to see it. But anyways, this is looking good for me. I think Calyrex right here is absolutely phenomenal. The biggest problem is if this Whimsicott wants to have taunt. Turtle's been preaching safety goggles Mimikyu for ladder, and I gotta find a way to get this going. But I can just click Fake Out. It's just I don't know if I want to lead Mimikyu Instant into Melodic. Are they gonna lead Melodic into a Venusaur Thundurus though? I can't see it. And even if they, as long as I'm getting Trick Room, I don't care about Melodic at all. And then I want Groudon obviously for the late game for the Zacian. Like, I don't know, I just can't see me caring about Melodic. Yeah, sure, okay, I give it a boost. What's it gonna do? Like, if I get Trick Room up, what is it going to do? You know, that's my thought process there at the very least. Like, if I can get Trick Room up and then get Calyrex in, there's nothing wrong with this thing. They just said double restricted. We're going for it. Double restricted. Feels so good to be able to record in-game games again. Like, I don't know. Showdown works and it's great for team builders and stuff. But when you want, I don't know, when I want to watch battle content, I personally love in-game content. So it's great to see. Anyways, we're going to get the Intimidate up here, which is exactly what I wanted. And I mean, I click Fake Out Trick Room, right? Is there a reason for me not to? I don't think so. And obviously, I guess do I Fake Out the Groudon? Because they could go for the Rock Slide flinch. I think I'd still rather dodge the Groudon attack. Like, I don't know. There's so many opportunities for me not to flinch. This is the safer play. Okay, let me rephrase that. This is the smarter play. Because my opponent, I would like to hope my opponent's Trick Room answer isn't just click Rock Slide and flinch me. I would like to hope their Trick Room answer isn't click Rock Slide. Is that Whimsicott too? So they bring the Whimsicott in now too, which is absolutely wild. So if I can get Trick Room up, I think the game's over. They're going for it. I should have faked out the Groudon, guys. I should have just faked out the Groudon. Why did I do this to myself? Why do I do this to myself? Mimikyu, please. Mimikyu, please. Mimikyu? Alright, we're good. Alright, guys. This is why your game plan against Trick Room cannot, I repeat, cannot be Rock Slide flinch. It is not consistent enough. Anyways, I Will-O-Wisp here, and I go U-turn. I don't need to tip the Caly anymore, so I'll just take extra chip. But Caly, Whimsy's not likely to protect, so I go off the one that probably won't protect. Never mind, Whimsicott protected, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's a double protect. That's fine. It doesn't really gain them all that much positioning. As long as I just do the exact same thing next turn. I've pressured the Groudon immensely. They don't really have anything that wants to come in and take this. They could go for taunt, but at the end of the day, they're -1 with the Groudon, so I don't really care if I don't get the Will-O-Wisp off too much. Like, the important part is I need to get Caly on the field. That's the big one. Will-O-Wisp does connect. You'll love to see it. Groudon's burned. I don't care what you go for at this point. I'm going to get the U-turn up. Whimsicott gets tipped. What is Whimsicott going for if it's not... Is it attacking? Why is the Whimsicott attacking? Guys, I have many questions right now. Anyways, Caly's coming in. Right, like I said, I think the concept with this team, guys, is simply get Trick Room up and go burr with Calyrex and then Groudon. But, like, I don't know, I don't play Trick Room. They're going to SD, but they're still burned. Congratulations, congratulations, bro. You're back to -1. You're effectively back to -1. Moonblast goes into the Mimikyu. I'm still sitting on the field. I'm not going to die to that. And you get tipped by burn. So here's the thing. I don't necessarily want to waste my max here. but I definitely want to get the self-proc up. So I'm actually going to self-proc without Dynamaxing and just get a Glacial Lance. I should have 2 turns of Trick Room. Yeah, I do. So there's no real reason for me to max when Glacial Lance shreds the entire team. Shadow Sneak's not going to do all that much to me at all. They are going to max. They realize they're a burned Groudon, right? Like, they realize they're a burned -1 Groudon, right? Okay, well, they're +1, but they're burned. So, like, they realize they're burned, though, right? Like, they realize this? They do realize this, right? Like, I mean, I guess they have to go for it out of desperation here, but I think that only helps me. Shadow Sneak into this. I get the big Glacial Lance off right now. I guess if they're Policy and I'm giving them a Policy out of this, that could kind of be bad. But I don't see any other way this is terrible. Bro, what is happening right now? Memento Whimsicott? I mean, that's really cool. But, like, it just doesn't matter. I don't think it saves them here. Glacial Lance coming out. Imagine if they didn't Memento and I just would have picked up, and they are Policy. So they're trying their best right now, guys. They are trying their best right now. Max Quake, I don't think this is going to kill my Caly. I don't even think it's going to go into Caly. Yeah, they're scared of Mimikry. That's fine. I don't want to max this Calyrex anymore. I'm not boosted. There's no real reason for me to. I am going to click bulk up with the Groudon. That is what Turtle intended with this team. And I think this is a really good position to actually showcase that. So, basically, I would assume Zacian comes onto field and probably protects. Or we're going to see their last mod. Either or, bulk up off Groudon here is a really, really positive matchup. And there's the Zacian. Like I said, they kind of have to protect here. They don't want to do anything in front of this Groudon. It's the last turn of Trick Room. I click Glacial Lance just because the Groudon in Dynamax is a concern. And I bulk up the cover for the protect. And Lance comes out. And this should be more than enough to finish off this game. Even if they double protect, I just max Groudon, pivot out Caly next turn. I could honestly try to get a Trick Room up as well. But obviously, I'm pretty sure Max Groudon's winning me this endgame. This team feels kind of nice. Despite everything that's happened, this team's feeling kind of nice right now. Just, you know, get Trick Room up, go burr. There's the Max Guard #1, and it's got to be a Protect from Zacian. Has to be. There's a Protect. You love to see it. Like, because they have to, you know? It's one of those things where, very similar to the old double Trick Room on the last turn of Trick Room. You know, reverse it yourself, then set it back up. It's a very similar concept here. Obviously, I didn't have that pressure on the field, but I did have the bulk up pressure. It's a very nice pin to have, because if they don't protect, they're taking huge damage. If they attack with Zacian, I still get my Calyrex off first, so I still get some chip. And now at this point, I think I pivot back into Instant. The question is, do I want to hit the Groudon? And I think the answer is yes. I could just P-Blades, but I'm not risking the miss. I think killing Zacian though is important, but let me see what they have in the back. They do have a Quake switch in the Landorus, which makes things a little annoying. So I'm a little reluctant to Quake into the Zacian right now. I endgame the Zacian anyways. I'm gonna hit the Groudon and pivot in my instant. I endgame the Zacian anyways with my Groudon because I'm +1 defense, and now they're gonna be at neutral attack as well. So pretty sure Groudon's gonna be the slower Groudon here of the two, but it is what it is. It's not a big deal. Like, what are they possibly gonna do? They're gonna click Quake themselves. Are they gonna sub with their Zacian? Why are they staying in? It's gotta be a Behemoth Blade. They have to be scared of this Calyrex, right? Like, I think they have to be terrified of Calyrex. Obviously, Groudon is now a threat, and they have to realize that too, but I think you can't ignore the Caly. Like, that was still a neutral Caly sitting right there on the field. Behemoth Blade looking like it's actually going into Groudon based on that initial animation, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was just a camera angle. Yep, it is actually going into Groudon, so good play. Thankfully, Groudon eats that for breakfast. Max Quake coming out from their Groudon. They got to double the Groudon then if that's the case. And they do. Okay, Groudon eats that as well. You'll love to see it, guys. You just love to see it. Groudon putting in work. And the Dynamax on Groudon, it just feels so right. You know? Just like, because my issue with Groudon is you would consistently miss Precipice Blade. You know, and unlike Kyogre, you don't have a base 150 Water Spout. You know? You don't have that on the physical Groudon side. You know? Obviously it'll be broken, but you know, you don't have that. So it was always one of the things you really have to risk missing Keyblade. But with Dynamax, you take that mind game out, right? And now I'm sitting here with a +1/+1 Groudon thanks to Bulk Up, coming out of Trick Room. What's your last mon? It is gonna be Venusaur. So I mean, I have free fake out pressure. You've wasted your Dynamax. I think I double the Venusaur. The Zacian right now isn't a threat. Or do I just ignore the Venusaur? Do I ignore the Venu because I fake out the Venu anyways and I quake the Zacian, I think. I have a Calyrex in the back, so getting this chip damage here is nice. That was an easy call. This is why I wanted to double into the Zacian, it's a double protect. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That doesn't bother me. We're gonna get another Quake up here. And honestly, with 2 Quakes and a Bulk Up, I don't know if a double up even kills me. Anyways, we're gonna max Quake into this Zacian right now for some decent damage too. I personally don't care that you were +1, that you protected there. I'm +1, I'm gonna shred right through that. At this point, I simply double the Zacian. That should be safe enough, should be enough to get the knockout. Yeah, definitely. Double Zacian. If I get it, I get it. Like, if I get to get both attacks off here, the game's over. If I only get one, it's not a big deal. The game is still over. The one way they potentially get this is with a substitute and a sleep powder. That's their best play. They're gonna play off. They're gonna try and take the instant. Not gonna work at that nature or at that boost. They do get the sleep powder into the Groudon though correctly, so that's fine. I think if they would have substituted and kept their Zacian alive this turn, and then sleep powdered the instant the following turn, they could have pivoted to a chance there. But thankfully they didn't have substitute. Seeing play rough, but then again, seeing play rough without, why not Sacred Sword there? Right, Sacred Sword is stronger there, so maybe they did have substitute. Like, maybe they're play rough sub. I think you need Sacred Sword on Zacian. I think it's too good of coverage. As much, like, I think the question then becomes, do you want substitute or play rough? I think you have to pick one or the other. At this point, I mean, I have a Calyrex. I'll go P-Blades. I'll go Flare Blitz if I get it. I could U-turn, but there's no real reason to. Weather Ball, that's fine. I don't care. They can still win this with Sleep Powder turns. That didn't even kill instant. That's just sad. I get a free Flare Blitz off now, and this game's all but over. I mean, are you sacked? Maybe U-turn was technically the correct play, but you are sacked. Instant is going to go down, but like, you have to hit Sleep Powders right now. There's no other way to go about this. You simply have to hit your powders. And I mean, this team is absolute flames. Caly comes in. Like, even as a Zacian user, you know? Like, I'm a Zacian user myself. I love Zacian. And I go up against Caly-Ice, and it's scary. You'd think, you know, something that I can one-shot is a nice matchup for you. But it really isn't. It's the same concept. Hold on, let me just click P-Blades here. But I think it's the same concept back in the day when Xerneas, I think it was Series 10. They're going to go for the Sleep Powder and hit it. But back in Series 10 when Dynamax was a thing and Xerneas was popular with Zacian, Xerneas more often would be better prepared for the Zacian matchup than Zacian was for Xerneas. It's just one of the things where you go, oh, if I play Xerneas, I just position Zacian. Simple, you know? But it's not that simple because all the Xerneas players, or in this case all the Calyrex Ice players, are ready for Zacian, right? And that's what you've got to consider there. Yeah, got him. Okay. Right, and this Calyrex Ice is really built for Zacian, like getting Trick Room up, having Will-O-Wisp, having Intimidate, having High Horsepower, having the Groudon, right? I might actually still lose this, which is kind of dumb. Sleep Powder broken. Yeah, no, eventually I'm going to wake up. They're -2 special attack. I'm not losing this game, right? But like, all the techs on this team for Zacian make you not... Why are they protecting? They calling me to wake up? And they got it too. They called me to wake up and they got it. Okay, Trick Room there would have been the right play. I don't even have Trick Room. Never mind. Ignore me. They have to miss a Sleep Powder. Right on cue. They weren't going to hit 3 for 3. I mean, even if they did, they don't kill me. Like, they have to click Leaf Storm into me and they're not doing enough damage at that point. It would have been close had they got the protects right on the turns I wake up. But I don't think they ever had that damage output there. So Calyrex is going to take that game 1 for us here, which you'll love to see. Like, I don't know, that just felt right, you know? It just felt correct. I think I may have messed up 1 or 2 turns, but I don't really have a complaint about it. Up to 57th as well, which is absolutely wild. I mean, I know it's early ladder and no one's really playing, but you know what? Anytime you're up here in the standings, it feels good. What do we got? 474. Okay. See if we can take another W. Zacian Shadow Rider now. Now things get interesting. And there's a Whimsicott again. Is this Whimsicott going to have Memento? Okay. To be fair, I get Trick Room up. Caly goes Burr. But once again, I got to make sure I'm capable of doing that. I think this Instant Mimi does it again. I don't see how Instant Mimikyu would not get Trick Room up here. Calyrex, and I think Groudon again. I think I bring the same 4. Venusaur Thundurus, I'm sorry, but these aren't the matchups for you. Yeah, these aren't the matchups for you. This is just good. This is just Groudon. This is just Groudon about to go Burr in Trick Room. Arguably, I'd like to max the Caly here if I can get to a spot to do it. Because max Caly shreds the entire team. Which is something I do want to get to. It's just a matter of actually getting to that position. Like, okay, if I'm looking at my opponent's team, you don't want to bring Lando here. You wanted to bring Zacian, the Slug, the Calyrex, and maybe Moltres for the Groudon. Because Moltres, at least at the very least case scenario, isn't 4 times weak to Ice. But maybe you do bring Landorus because you get the Intimidate potential. Like, maybe Landorus is better there. Because I don't really expect Whimsicott unless you're going to try and taunt me. But if you're going to try and taunt me, you're going to lead it. And then I just click Fake Out and do it. So, like, that would be the only reason Whimsicott would come. And because of that, I don't think Whimsicott should come. Alright? Go ahead and lead it. I'm just going to click Fake Out and get Trick Room up anyways. You know? Also, I just realized my screen is a little too far zoomed in. I do have to fix that. I definitely need to fix that. Because I'm cutting off the sides. I mean, it's not too big of a deal, but it bothers me. They did lead the Whimsicott horse. They can Helping Hand. They can do whatever they want here. It's not going to be any position to stop my Trick Room. They are not in any position to stop Trick Room here whatsoever. I fake out Whimsicott. I get the Trick Room up consistently. Day in, day out. I don't know why they lead this. I really don't know why they lead this. Fake you out. Get the Trick Room up. And the next turn I will Shadow Sneak just because Shadow Sneak the Whimsicott. Probably Darkest Lariat. No real reason for me to give this Calyrex a chance to get big damage up. But like, I don't know what my opponent wants to do here. Trick Room's going up. Yep, Fake Out. They had to try and taunt. I think they had to. Eject button. Okay, I respect it. I respect it. That's fine. Whimsicott's not going to be able to Encore me now. So I don't necessarily need to go for anything crazy with a Shadow Sneak anymore. And they're going to bring in the Slug. That is okay. The Slug doesn't concern me. Astro Barrage is coming out. That's fine. We're going to get to see if it's Life Orb or not. I'd love to see Life Orb. That does not look like Life Orb damage, but I am AV Instant, so maybe it is. If it's Life Orb damage, I have free damage into that slot next turn. And I'll Flare Blitz it. It is not Life Orb damage, so I don't know if it's Sash or Spell Tag or what the game plan is per se. I still want to just attack it though. Like, I don't want to leave it on the field. So the question is, do they protect or do they Astro Barrage? I'm going to Darkest Lariat it. I'm not going to U-turn out yet. And I'm going to taunt the Gastro. Stopping Yawn is way more important than any sort of damage I'm going to get into it right now. They're going to max the Slug. That's okay. I'm not concerned. I have C-Bomb, so go ahead and kill my instant here, and we're in a good spot. Honestly, even if you don't kill my instant, even if you don't, Max Slug doesn't concern me. Max Geyser coming out, which is kind of an odd play. You don't see that too often on the Slug. Instant with AV should tank that though. It does indeed. Now the question is if you're Sash or not. I'd love to see you not be Focus Sash, because it means I get a free kill. The problem is if you are Sash, I probably lose both Pokemon here, which becomes problematic. Just don't be Sash, please. You're Sash. They had to be. I could have Shadow Sneaked it, but I really didn't think the Gastro was just going to immediately Dynamax like that. Anyways, Astro Barrage is going to come out. You're going to lose. I'm going to lose instant here for sure. Actually, do I? I do lose instant. So I lose both. Calyrex gets the +2 boost. And now things get interesting. Groudon comes in, sets the sun. I'm not concerned about the slug. I'm going to max grass move that. I don't know if it gets the knockout immediately, like straight up. And I have to get lucky and hit. I have to hit one of these moves with Groudon. And I'm going to go Rock Slide because it's guaranteed to connect. The other option is max Groudon and simply just click Seed Bomb. But Seed Bomb's not going to kill the slug. And I'd rather see if I can kill this slug immediately. We still have 3 turns left to Trick Room. So them pivoting out of this is not the easiest option for them. And if Max Grass kills the Gastro, we're fine. I just don't know the Calc. Like, in all honesty, I don't know the Calc. Because if it doesn't kill this Gastro, maxing Groudon is the better play. And I go Rock Slide because it's more accurate. Maxing Groudon is the better play if Max Grass does not kill Gastro. But you've got to assume it's a Gastrodon. We're taking this out. Like, I'm still at Calyrex. I have like 165 base attack. I know my policy isn't proc, but like, I shouldn't be. They're actually going to switch out to Caly, which is arguably the best case scenario for me. I respect the decision as well, because they want to get it in outside of Trick Room. But I'm going to start quaking on this on future turns. I should be okay here. They're sassed as well. They don't have the biggest damage output, but I see what they're going for. I respect it. If I kill Gastro here, we're in a phenomenal spot. If Gastro doesn't die, I think we take it out, because I'm losing out on Trick Room turn. They're slower than me actually, so they're gonna get the rain out. That hurts, but once again, as long as I get the damage, we're fine. That's 50% to Groudon. It's a little annoying, but let's see how much damage we can do. I also have Hailstorm that I need to set up as well, so that way I can just protect off the last turn of the left and a Hail Tip to let thing go down, and Gastro does just go down. Gastro, it's a good mon, but not versus a max grass move. I was on stream the other night, last night actually, and my opponent maxed an Amoonguss that had Seed Bomb, and my Gastro lived it because the Amoonguss was -1, and we ended up winning that match. It was pretty hype. Anyways, besides the point, Calyrex is gonna get the boost here. Couple turns left to Trick Room. Rock Slide is actually gonna miss, which is pretty funny. Groudon bad. Whatever comes in here, I think I just Hailstorm the Cot. And P-Blades, like if Zacian comes in, they don't want to take the P-Blades, so I don't think Zacian can come in. Yeah, Caly comes in, but like I said, I P-Blades here. I'm gonna have to connect it. Unfortunately, I do have to take that risk and go for the connection here. The other option is protect Groudon, but I think the option where I potentially just take 0 damage this turn is better. I think the option where I take 0 damage is the better option. So Calyrex is gonna go Burr. Ideally here, I don't see what they do. Do they switch Zacian in for Whimsicott? Do they protect the Calyrex? Like, what are they going for here? I don't see a way out of them here. Out of this. Like, they can protect Caly, but I get the Hail up. And when the Hail goes up, the Caly goes down. I think their best play is to attack with Caly and hope I don't connect. That's perfect. That Calyrex is a dead Calyrex before it gets any more damage off. And Hailstorm's coming out. And this is what I liked about this team. Like, yeah, I lost my Mimikyu. I lost my proc. I don't need my proc. I don't need my weakness policy proc. Calyrex procs itself when it gets killed. Right? Kill the Gastro +1. Kill this Whimsicott +2. Right? Obviously, both of these knockouts were being picked up without the proc. And now I have a Groudon on the field on the last turn of Trick Room in front of Zacian. And we've all seen what happens in that spot. Precipice Blades, of course, does not kill. I get to click Max Quake with my Calyrex now, in case you don't protect. And after that, I just click Bulk Up on the Groudon and the game's over. Once again, we pinned them. Again. Like, it's just so good. I don't get it. This team shouldn't work. And like, okay, let me rephrase that. The team definitely should work. It's a really good team. The team should work. I don't know. But it just doesn't seem, like when I think Calyrex Ice, I think Kyogre, you know? Which is still a very good team. I don't know. I don't like Groudon. But here we are with Groudon and it's putting in work. Because they have to protect, right? They have to protect. I get a free Quake and a Bulk Up. There's nothing they can do. There's literally nothing they can do. There it is. This is perfect. I love to see it. This is perfect. I get the Quake off, and that does enough. Basically, the concern is now hitting T-Blades. They can still win this. I'm going to Bulk Up, and basically I'm just going to double attack. Just because I don't want to protect Caly and have them maybe crit the B-Blade into Groudon. Right? Because if they expect the Caly protect, it becomes problematic. So there's no real reason for me to protect. I think high horsepower is the best play. Yes, they could go Behemoth Blade into my Caly. Like, I don't know. To me, Pokemon is odds management, right? My best chance of winning is because I don't know what they're going to do. So ignoring what their thought process right now, which should be hit Caly to stop Trick Room potentially. But, assuming they hit Caly, if I attack with Caly, I have to miss a P-Blades and then get crit. However, this way, if I protect with Caly, the only way I lose is if they crit all they need is one crit, right? So now I need to miss and have them crit. Whereas the other way around, I would potentially they only need to potentially crit. So I think going for the double attack is the play. I probably lose Caly here, but like I said, I can't risk that option. You know, I can't risk them hitting the Groudon. They're not going to, which is fine. Caly-Ice is going to go down. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. P-Blade just has to connect, as simple as that. Resistance Blade connects. Groudon good. Alright, I mean, the thing is, they still would have needed a crit at that point. Right? They would have needed to dodge the P-Blades and get a crit. And that was, I mean, it was unlikely for that to happen. You know? If I lose that, if I position to a spot where I'm winning every time unless I miss and they crit, I'm okay with that. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. I don't want the episodes to go too long. So we'll chill about 20, 25, 30 minutes. And I'll be back with more Groudon Caly-Ice. But let's just check our standing real quick. Mainly because I'm curious. But we'll definitely be back with this team. Super fun team. Probably one more episode with it. But update rank real quick. But yeah, thank you for Turtle, guys. He does have also a rental code for this team on his channel with a few others as well. So make sure you guys check out Turtle on Twitch and YouTube. And with that, 43rd, not a terrible standing to be in. Top 50 isn't bad. But with that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in a future video.